Hello, welcome to Rajasthan Royals Cricket Roundup, where we'll be discussing everything around cricket and, of course, Rajasthan Royals. Today, for today's discussion, we have two Super Royals with us, Sandy from UK and Sanchit from Mumbai. Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining in.
Thank you, Piyush.
Thank you,
It's a
Piyush.
pleasure to be on the show.
So, international cricket has finally resumed after a long time, and there's a lot of quality cricket going on. 3 series, in fact, same day पे 3 series थी. So, talking about all the 3 series one by one, we have first Australia versus India series. Highlight of the series has to be Steven Smith, back-to-back 2 centuries in just 62 deliveries. I really want to know Sanchit's reaction, being an Indian fan, and number 2, being an Arab fan.
Well, you can see it on my smile. It's filled with full of mixed emotions. I mean, yeah, he had a really great series, and especially his strike rate in these last 3 games have been remarkable. I think he scored those 200s with a strike rate about 130, I think, and that's even higher than his T20 strike rate. So this just shows what kind of a series he has had, and especially that after coming from a very tough time in the UAE and to come up with those 2 innings, that was remarkable. And it's always against India, so that's really sad, but
That definitely hurts.
yeah.
Sandy, what do you think? We expect Smith to score runs, but maybe not at that pace.
Yeah, it's one of the. When I watched it, because I watched it live UK time, so it was about 3 o'clock in the morning, and what it was is I saw the Royals' performance out of him when he first came to bat. So I think he was up to 30. He had the drop catch, and then he also had the LBW decision. And I was just thinking to myself, if he was for Rajasthan Royals, he probably would have got out. He was scratching around and stuff like that. But as soon as the drop catch happened, he just took off, and that was the old Steve Smith. But it was interesting to see how he batted, because obviously he is batting after a big partnership, and that was one of the things. Yes,
Yeah, I think before the series he spoke about finding his wrists again, finding his hand again, and that just shows the confidence of the man. I mean, we hope that he could have found his hand before the IPL, but that's a whole another story. But you see,
No, I think he did play with that aggressive approach in IPL as well. He was successful at Sharjah, but maybe not so at Abu Dhabi or Dubai.
Exactly, I think that's my
We
point.
saw that change in approach.
Yes, because when you saw in IPL, he did not get time to settle in, because he was used to batting at number 3. That's his specially position for him. And I think when he opened the innings, that's where he was much more comfortable. But I think as a captain, he played for the team's cause, and I think that had an impact on his batting. But it's really good to see him back scoring.
So let's shift our focus to the other series. I'm sure Sandy must be very happy with that clean sweep, England versus South Africa. Sandy, how do you rate English team's performance, and especially our Royals?
Well, England, to be fair, are the world number 1 T20 and ODI
What an
team,
amazing
in my
sight,
opinion. In my opinion, because what they have, and you look at the batting lineup, and you look at Stokes. Stokes would never open for England, yeah, and yet for Rajasthan,
No, I think they can. They can open with Stokes.
They can, but we have Butler, we have Roy, we have Bairstow. The batting is always there, and the batting is very, very good strike rate.
So talking about the third series, New Zealand versus West Indies, biggest positive for us Rajasthan Royals has to be Ocean Thomas. He's back in wickets, has finally found his bowling rhythm, had a very forgettable CPL, was benched in the IPL, and now he's back in wickets. So how do you rate his performance? Start with Sanchit.
I think, yeah, he had a very good series, to be honest. He took those crucial wickets, which actually were it did not contribute to the series, but I think he bowled really well, and we missed that kind of bowling in the Rajasthan Royals season. But yes, I think I really rate him as a fast bowler, and especially with that kind of pace. So I really think that he had a very good series, and hoping that he could just contribute that for us in the next year.
Sandy?
Yeah, O'Shane, to be fair, I was most impressed by his actual catch. He took a blinding catch. I think he was on the leg off. It was a brilliant catch. I wasn't actually expecting him to catch it, so he did really well.
Well, nobody did.
Yeah, and the other thing was he actually he bowled with a rhythm, and I think he's a rhythm type of bowler.
That's great. We have the next series in Australia versus India T20Is, and we have Sanju Samson there. So, what are your expectations from Sanju and where he should bat?
Should I
For
go
me,
first?
yeah.
Go
Yeah,
on.
let's start with Sanjay.
Yeah, so I actually read a stat on Twitter today, and it actually talked about the average and the strike rate of all the players in the IPL in the last 3 years
Smart
who
strike
have
rate.
who have batted outside the power play. So Sh- Sanju Samson had a strike rate of 164 with an average of 47 as compared, and there were other players in the list who were Surya Kumar Yadav, Manish Pandey, Ishan Kishan for that matter. But Sanju Samson had an average of 47 with a strike rate of 164. So this just shows how impactful he would be for our side as well as the Indian cricket team if he bats at, let's say, number 4 if Kohli is batting at number 3, because this guy, whenever he's on song, he plays a match-winning knock, and that is actually something which we really need to look upon.
What do you think, Sandy? Where he should bat?
I agree with the Sanchit. I say you either have him opening, yeah, and you have him opening with a player like Shikhar Dhawan, yeah. So if Shikhar Dhawan, whose strike rate isn't great, or even KL Rahul opens with KL Rahul, you can then afford. He can afford to take the risks as the opening batsman because he has all the shots. And if you play him at 4 or 5, he can take it home as well. You have to play Sanju Samson at 4 or 5 because we do lack that X factor player. We have very good, consistent batsmen, but when they don't strike, you can't have the player that can knock sixes as quickly as Sanju Samson. And Sanju Samson's natural game is one where he can play and is effortless. It's effortless, and that type of player you definitely need in your team.
And the pitches in Australia, I think that it's going to suit Sanju a lot more because the way he plays, it's just beautiful shots, and I feel that the Australian pitches would bring out the best in him. So I'm very confident that India is going to win, and looking forward to see Sanju Samson in the Indian colours as well.
Well, we have another Royal with our current team. Fast track from the under-19 setup to the senior side. All thanks to the experience that he's gained in IPL with the Rajasthan Royals. Now he has a huge opportunity training with Bumrah, Shami, Natarajan, and all the senior pros. So, what do you expect from Kartik Tyagi, and could he be a possible retention for us before the next auction? Let's start with Sanjit.
Tyagi, yeah, I really rate him because it's very difficult to find a bowler like Kartik Tyagi, and he has shown quite a lot of promising signs. As I said, it's very difficult to find an Indian bowler with such talent. So I know that he's only going to get better and better as seasons progress, and his current time in Australia, sharing the dressing room with Bumrah, Shami, I think that's really going to help him, and he's going to come out a lot better as a bowler in the next season.
Kartik Tyagi, with his experience, coming back through the Australian series to the IPL, I think it's going to be a very, very important player for us in the future. And they're like gold dust. It's like Shivam Mavi for Calcutta Knight Riders. They will keep Shivam Mavi. We need to keep Kartik Tyagi as our 4 or 5 year plan to become the top bowler in India. And he has the talent. Again, it's just having the right guidance and the right experience and exposure to these things. He will definitely become probably you're looking at the Indian bowler that comes through. If I look at the young Indian bowlers that are coming through, Arshdeep from Kings 11 Punjab, Shivam Mavi, and also Kartik Tyagi.
So I think that's it for the day, guys. It was an amazing section. Thank you for joining in, and hopefully we'll do it again in the next episode. Thanks for joining, guys.
Yes, guys.
Thanks,
Yeah.